Well, hello, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. Well, I'm ACameron. I thank you for coming today. And what's your name?
Mariella
Okay, Mariella, tell me your last name.
Blanco.
Okay, Mariella Blanco. What would you like for me to call you?
Mariella's fine.
Maria's fine. Great. So, like I said, I just want to thank you for coming in today, and I'm going to go ahead and get our session started.
Okay.
And before we get started, let me discuss with you about confidentiality. Confidentiality is everything that you say will be confidential. Everything that you discuss with me, I will keep it confidential.
Okay.
You have the right to go out this room and discuss it with anyone, however I can, and I won't. So I'll keep everything that we say confidential.
Mm-hmm.
It is 3 rules to that. Is if you talk about anything of harming yourself, harming someone else, or if a child or someone who's disabled is knowingly know they been hurt or abused or something like that, then I'm a mandated reporter, so I have to report those things. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You have any questions?
No,
in
I don't
regards,
think so.
in regards to that? So we're gonna just tell you briefly about our agenda today, so you can kind of know where we're going. What we're gonna do is talk about a little bit about how you felt last week, so we can start our session.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about, I'm gonna use a modality, it's called the CBT, which is Cognitive Behavior Therapy, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later.
Okay.
But that's the modality we're gonna use. We're gonna develop some skills, as well as I'm gonna give you some homework.
Oh, okay.
I know, yeah, you get homework in
Homework.
counseling, so I'm gonna give you some homework to take with you. My role as a therapist is to keep this guided, to keep us on track, to keep us in line with what we're here to do. So we don't, stay on track, so we don't waste our time, because we will be here every Friday, 2 o'clock, 1 hour. Ask you to be on time so we can get started on time. You can take full advantage of your hour, and we can get out of here on time.
That sounds like a plan.
Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's do a mood check. Tell me how you're feeling today. So on a scale of 0 to 10, I have down here, you came in for on an intake for depression. You was referred by your doctor.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 means I am good, I'm in a great place, this is where I want to be every day.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 is like I'm not there. So tell me, how are you feeling today?
Today, I think I'm probably a 4.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
And then how would you feel last week?
Last week is probably a little higher. Is that still okay?
Mhm.
I mean, I think I was probably a 6 or a 7
Okay.
in the last week.
So I hear you telling me today you're about at a 4. Last week probably a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. What made you a 4 today and a 6 or 7 last week?
Today is a 4 because I'm starting therapy. I feel like that is hopefully going to help. So I feel a 4, but last week it was higher because I missed work. I missed 3 days of work last week. It was really hard for me to get out of bed, and there's just drama going on at work. I didn't want to deal with it, and I missed 3 days of work, and that's why I think I was a 6 or a 7.
Well, I'm glad you decided to come today.
Thank you.
Really. And so what we're gonna do is now is let's discuss goals. Like I said, you're here because exhibiting some signs of depression. So if there's a goal for you, what goal would that? What do you want to get out of coming here?
Well, like I mentioned on my intake, my doctor was really concerned,
Okay.
because he was addressing some things during just, the time that we have for a physical and appointments, and he was concerned that I was depressed. And after talking to him for a while, visit after visit, he said, okay, well, we need to refer you somewhere. So I think a goal for me would be to learn how to cope with that depression. I feel like if I know what I'm looking for, I could stop it in some way. I don't know, coping skills maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hear you telling me you want to know when you're in that moment
Yes.
what to do.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
So that takes us to the CBT, that three initial word I talk about. That's the modality that we'll be using here, and it stands for cognitive behavior therapy.
Okay.
And I like to explain that by using a triangle.
Okay.
And so at the, I put here is our thoughts,
Mhm.
and then how our thoughts affect our feelings, and that those feelings go to our behaviors. So it kind of all works together, and they feed off each other.
Mhm.
So last week, and I'm just going off what you said, you tell me how your thoughts. I know you see you had some things going on at work.
Mhm.
So what was that thought of going through your head last week?
Because I missed work. That thought because I missed
Let's
work.
go to the part before you miss work. Yes.
Okay.
Why did you miss work?
There was just something. I mean, I've been dealing with depression for a very long time,
Mhm.
but the fact that I had an argument with a coworker that day, just made it worse, and I just didn't want to go to work because I felt like they were going to be talking about me the whole time. So yeah, it was an argument I had with one of my coworkers.
So, and you said all of that, and I could see the thoughts, the feelings, and the behavior, because you said the thought. You thought they were going to be talking about you.
Yeah,
So that feeling is, you felt
I was frustrated.
frustrated.
I was frustrated. I was mad at myself for not making myself get up
Mm-hmm.
and go to work.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was sad too at the same time.
And so then those feelings, that sad, that frustrated, that didn't get up to go, caused the behavior of you not going to work.
No, I didn't go.
Go to work.
Yeah.
So that's where that CBT modality comes from: thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
Okay, that's kind of neat. I never thought about it that way.
Okay. So I'm just going to summarize a little bit of what we've talked about so far. Is we set expectations. We discussed our role, my role, and your role. We talked about a little bit why you're here, with the depression. We talked about what you hope to get out of here, which is
Yes.
very important, because you don't want to just come. You want to be able to take something with you
Yes.
and go on that. And then we talked about the modality that we're going to use during this session, for hopefully for you to see it here laid out for us, the thoughts and feelings and behaviors. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So now, that homework we mentioned, I'm going to give you some homework.
Okay.
And then on this homework here, it's just a little bit about what I did. And I just ask that you at least do it once a day. You can do it in the morning from yesterday, or do it in the evening, whenever you choose to.
Okay.
But when you're in that place, I want you to put your thought, how you're feeling, or how you felt in the moment, and that behavior.
Okay.
But this is the kicker on that. I also want you to put what you could have done different.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Yes.
So that thought, what's going through your
And that
head.
can
that
be
thought.
anything.
That can be anything.
Okay.
And whatever that causes that mood, how we did that mood chat.
Yes.
If you was sitting there and you was a 2, and all of a sudden you went to a 5, you can't do it right now, but later on in that day, you can write that down and be like, okay, this is what I was sitting there, and this was my thoughts that were going through my head, and it made me feel this way. And so when I felt this way, this is what I did, those behaviors. And see, now you thought about it when you wasn't in that place at the time, then you can say, but this is what I could have done different.
I see that. I could have done something different then. Like go to work or talk to somebody about what happened. Yeah.
Okay, is that okay?
Yes, it is. I can try that.
Okay. So, I know we talked about a lot. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I'm a little nervous about the activity though. I don't
Okay.
get graded or anything, right?
Oh, no.
Okay.
This is just between me and you.
Okay.
So I can just see it and we can talk about it, but no, it's not a right or a wrong answer.
Okay.
It make you feel better?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, not a right or wrong answer, just so we can talk about those thoughts and you know, sometimes we come in here, we forget things, but then we wrote it down, you be like, oh yeah, and I forgot about that time, so.
Mhm. Okay.
Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yes, I can try this.
All right, anything else for me today?
No,
All
I
right,
don't
well,
think so.
okay. Well, thank you for coming, I enjoyed our session, and I look forward to seeing you next Friday, 2 o'clock.
All right. Thank
Okay,
you, Ms.
all right,
Cameron.
thank you. Oh, sugar, Mariella.
Wait.
You